Hi everyone! So we're flat out this morning welding the front part of the garage to finish them off. The back parts are finished. I'm now focusing on the front parts and hopefully at the end up everything will look well and we'll get all sanded and polished up to a mirror finish. So I have from here to here fully welded and it's tacked here and there around the perimeter here. So I'm going to now do the other straight end this side and then I'm going to focus on the curve because the curve is a bit more difficult. working on this side now, from the small radius to the large radius. Hey. So this is the top of the guard at this point. Oh, I forgot air. So I need to get a plate on here. So these bars have no support on the end of it, so I need to make sure they're straight. So this is important because it's the outside of the guard. It's not the backing panel. I could use the burners, but the A's usually okay. So I'm just going to check it with the burners, alright? 9.89. It's alright there. You'll never see it. This one's welded, this one's not welded. Pulling the hair today, that mask. Oh, welded messing up. So I'm trying to put as little heat on it as possible because I don't want the guard to distort. This bar here needs knocked over a bit. That'll be right. I'll tap it now and the heat's on the in it. This one. Not easy. Making sure to tap the weld and not the middle of the bar because you don't want to bend the bar. So that looks not too bad now. They actually move a wee bit when the heat's in it. Continuing on this way now, just get a look at these ones. Making sure the top piece of mesh is tight to the wall. So some of these bars now are lining up with the sidewall. So it's kind of makes it a wee bit more trickier. So I'm welding the bars to the bars that's running vertical rather than the bar that's running horizontal on the sidewall. So I want them all looking the same. Oh, welder's dodgy still. So because this bar is approximately 3 mil away from this one, I can't weld the two bars together running this way and uphill. So I just have to weld it to the bar that's run horizontal. So it makes it a wee bit more trickier. So just ignore the welder there, there's a wee issue with it still. I just have to work with it to finish the guards. This one here might get onto the bar that's running horizontal. Yeah. I just want to round the edge a little bit more. There we go. Eee. Okay. Oh, my eyes. Sorry for that. Okay, so just moving this other camera into position. I'll bring this one round a bit too. I'll lower it down. But I can't get in the way of the other one, you see. That's the problem. There's two running here. This camera's moving itself. Okay. Better there, isn't it? Okay. I'll keep her lit. But as I say, some of these bars that's running onto the sidewall, onto this part, some of these bars running this way are lining up with the bars that's running uphill here, up to the sky. So Some of these bars is welded to the sidewall in a different manner, so rather than being welded to the bar that's running this way, they are welded to the bars like this. So it's just a wee bit more trickier. So when I'm welding this, I need to make sure not to buckle, that the perimeter buckle here. So I have this sidewall tacked to this face, and that was done, I don't know, part 10 or part 9 or something, or maybe near the start, I'm not sure. But I'll keep our look here anyway. So I've just decided to weld every bar, every part of the mesh to the sidewall. I'm just looking at this up close here. I'll do a wee demonstration up close. Okay, so hopefully you can see better now. So what I'm trying to say is, some bars are welded to the horizontal bar of the sidewall, and some bars are welded directly to the bars running uphill on the sidewall. So I need to make sure that the sidewall's on the jig correctly. I also need to make sure this face is tight to the sidewall, and I also need to make sure that the welds look good and not crap. And I also need to make sure that these gaps between the bars are right. So bear with me. This one's nearly completed. So 9.87 there, 9.84, good enough. That can be tapped if need be. So this next bar, these two bars, I'm going to weld this one since I measured it, is welded directly to the horizontal bar this time, so it's easier. No filler rod required. Just let it run down and create a nice round edge on the end of the bar. So when I polish that, it'll look well. So this one now. So measuring in here, it's got support. 9.53 that one is. So if I go out to outside, keep it the same, 9.51. Near enough. Welded directly to the bar, this one. The bar run horizontal. So if I keep that trigger on the pig torch on too long, it will end up burning through and causing a mess, destroying this piece. So I have to be careful. So here's one, 2 needs welded. 9.69, 9.76. But by looking at it, it looks okay, so I'm just going to weld it. 9.87, that's it. Yeah. The mesh isn't perfect. So the best way to do this, we usually run your eye along it. So here we go. So the tin foil is there to keep you from burning the wood, and basically staining the inside of where I've polished it and we're finished. Because obviously we're not going to be able to get on the corners again with the polishing machine. I'm going to do this one. Just because that one was the one that where I welded the band to the face in the jig, and there was a square edge on it, and I don't want the square edge. So any bars that's very within close proximity to the bars running uphill, I'm trying to aim the TIG torch in the opposite direction so I don't burn them. I can't do nothing about the ones that's running uphill, and for the other ones I just weld it together. So these two is going to need to be welded together now at this point because they're very close, but I need a bit of filler rod here. Bringing this over camera into view, just 2 seconds. I have to move this one back. Mixed up now. They're mixed up. Okay. There we go. So a nice sharp tungsten. Wonder about the filler on it. There's here. So bar to bar this time. At that point. Bar to bar here too. Remember making sure that the sheet, the face is tight to the wall. This part. But also making sure that the bars are running straight parallel to each other. It's okay. Or is it? I got a shifter. Are we turning them? Right. I have one shot at welding these. Don't want to cut them again because I'd be interfering with the mirror finish that's on the end of the bars on the sidewall. I should probably just use the burner for these ones. 9.83, 9.85, 9.6, 9.65. You could tap it a wee bit longer. Okay, so that's 5 more done there. Just keeping the gas on, keep the welds nice and clean. Okay, so I'm going to sharpen the tungsten. So we're nearly done with this side too. I'm just making sure it's not buckled in any way. It hasn't. It's in the jig. That's TIG welding. Is it for a brisket? Basket? It's for compressor guards. So there's one sitting over here. There's one. Sorry, let me get my hand on this phone. So it's one of these. So I'm basically welding this sidewall. I'm gonna bring it over. So I'm welding the sidewall to this front panel. The front panel. So that's a front guard for this big compressor, twin pumps that I built. So today I'm basically just welding the perimeter here. And outside here we have. There's the 2 backing panels that I have finished the last day. So these 2 backing panels will be mounted directly to the compressor. So number 1 and 2. And basically what we have here is the front guard sitting in a jig. So this is the front guard. I'll take it outside. So this front guard, right, if you can imagine, when I turn this round. So if you can imagine that part being on the compressor now, what I will do is I will, they're made out of stainless steel of course. I'll have 2 slots in this. Wait, that tractor passes. So I have two slots in this, and this is mounted directly to the compressor. As I say, there's two pumping stations, so there's two sets of guards. Thank you, Michael. Um, big ass sticks. So everything's polished into mirror finish. What we have here, as I say, is a backing panel that I finished welding the other day. So each one of these bars at this point is welded directly to the band that I have formed. This band will be polished into a mirror finish. And mirror finish because I'm going to extreme with everything I do. So today what I'm doing is welding the front guards. These front guards attach directly to that part when on the compressor. So it's tricky work because this can all go out of shape because, well, that's only 3mm thick, these wee bars. So getting back to it here because I have to get these completed. Might get them polished later on. We'll see the crack, see how it goes. But for now, I just have to keep welding, and it's kind of tricky welding when the camera's on you, but things can go wrong, no, but not much wrong yet, thank goodness. So I'm going to sharpen the tungsten here in this part. Okay, so I'm going to start again now in 2 seconds. Pal, what's that say? That's a TIG welder, TIG. Tungsten and permanent gas. Right, so I'm going to cover up here now. It's actually a wee bit dodgy at the minute. I still haven't looked at it. There's a fault in the, is it they're breaking the slats or the air cable or the gaps in the welder need adjusted for the high frequency start. Because sometimes when I'm starting the welder there, you can hear a loud fuzzy noise. It can be dust between the points too, but I'm going to finish the garage before I start looking at the welder because, as I say, I need to get them done today. So I'm going to set the cameras up again. I have two of them to set up here, so hopefully that one's alright there, the live stream. Okay. So basically what I have here is a jig, and the front guard was formed in the jig. But today I've placed them back in the jig to keep them in shape when I'm welding the front panel to this band that I've formed. Or not the band, the sidewall. The band's on the front, the backing panel outside. And basically the backing panel, the jig mimics the backing panel. So this front guard sits on the backing panel. And it will be screwed to it with these little mirror polished tabs that I've created here at the 4 corners. Well, to start off each radius. So when I'm working on the curves here, I might need to add supports because using the screw, if you don't know what I'm talking about, do get a look at the earlier video live streams. I demonstrated tacking the band to the front panel, and I had to keep moving a screw and a washer along it to keep the whole thing from deforming because of the stress that was in the sidewall. That now won't be in it because it's adjusted itself because of the heat at each point, every 10 mil around it. So it's less likely now that it will buckle out the way because there's no stresses in it now, if that makes sense, because it's welded right round here and there. So, I'm going to continue on. As I say, I have done up to around this point. Yeah. So some of these bars are being welded directly to the bars running that way and run downhill. Some of these bars running this way welded to the bar running horizontal on the sidewall because this is where it's lining up, like this point. So I need to make sure the front face is tight to the sidewall, which it is. And I also need to make sure that the gap's right. You could say who's going to be looking at it, but I'll be looking at it. I know it's not right. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, to be honest, if it wasn't right. Airform, yes. So that's a bar to a bar. A bit of filler rod, another one here. So I'm trying to keep a nice curve at the points where they're welded, where possible. So this one now can be, this bar now sort of lining up in the centre of the other bar, so I don't know if to weld this bar to the other one. I probably have to just weld it to the bar running uphill because it's in the way. So, that's tricky. I need to change the angle here. So that weld's running sideways, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to see it enough polished up. Right, so I've done from here now, right around to here. Let me just get a wee quick look there. I know I'm going to block the view. If you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel and you'll see more interesting projects in the future. This is just something for my compressor that I built that needed to be done, and I wasn't expecting to go to town on this. As I have, I turned it into a project. Okay, so they're all welded. They all look quite neat, to be honest. As I say, it's tricky when these bars is coming up and they're skimming the bars running this way. It's much easier when the bars are lining up with the bar going horizontal, or if they're lining up like this, these two. I'll bring the camera up and show that. So if you look here, right, see the way them bars there's running, they're lining up like this. This one's sort of to the right, this one's to the right, this one's to the right, this one's to the centre. So that'll be easier than trying to weld one that's at an angle like this. But let's say if we go to this point, because this mesh is running downhill on a taper, this is the reason these bars are lining up, because each bar is going to get closer to this side as you go this way, if you can imagine. If this was a square box, these bars would all line up together. But because it's a complex shape like so, these bars will tend to not stay in the same place. So thank you for watching, everyone. I'm going to keep continuing here. Look at this camera and stand. Hi everyone. Can I buy that for $50? What do you want to buy? The guards or the compressor? Now the compressor, there's a lot of work in it. Do you get a look at the channel, as I say? Or do you want to buy the welder? I'm going to set these cameras up here. Without knocking the live stream over here. Okay, so that's alright there now. It's alright if something goes wrong. Okay, so start the other camera. I don't know what I'm going to do here now. I might move to the other guard, you know, and do this one later. It's nearly done anyway. Yeah, I'll do that. can't be mad doing that because I have to take it off the foil. We'll see, I might keep going. No, I'll do it on camera. Rest it. I don't want to go wrong. As I say, it's tricky. So I'll bring in the other one, put it on the jig. Hopefully this comes off, kind of tightened up now with the welding. Better tighten up. There we go. So top side's all welded, bottom side's all welded. I just need to know, I could have finished it, but I don't want things to go wrong here. So there's about 6 welds there, and maybe 4 there, 4 there. So I'm going to get the other one here. I'll set this here for show. So this will be the last time that this jig's ever used. Pushing down on it. The last time that's in the way. What do I do? Not too tight. That's why the guard's hard to get off because I'm squeezing it with that knot. That screw. Right, so we start working on the side now. I'll do a wee bit and then might just stop the light to put my full attention into it. So this is the top of the guard, so it's important that I get it right. You know what? I'm just going to flip this around and do the bottom first because the bottom's easier the way the bars are lining up. Aye. 2 seconds. So this side's easier to do because you see the way the bars are sort of coming from the middle of the sidewall. So it is easier. I need to move this earth around. I want to say it's easy to do, but it's just trickier to do on camera here. So as I say, there's a lot to go wrong. You have the tension in this band, on the sidewall even, and I probably should be jigging it or trigging it to the jig, but I'm not doing that because I initially done that when I attached the sidewall to the front face. So let's start here again. Get a drink of water first. Hi everyone. Can I buy that for $50? Let's start the other camera. Start it. Right. We'll start at the end this time. So making sure the bars are tight, they're not tight, that point there, look. So what I'm going to have to do here is get a wee block of temper. And screw it to the bench, to the jig. If I can get a screw. Not too tight, right enough, but that's enough there, I think. That's alright. So the further I go to the longer bars, I need to be sure that these bars are straight, because if you can imagine, the longer bars at this point have more leverage to damage when I was polishing the piece of mesh. So there's a chance that the longer ones could be out of shape because they're further away from the bar running this way. That's perpendicular to it, the supporting bar of the mesh. So these ones I want to weld again, just because I'm not happy with the weld. They were welded when the sidewall was attached to the front face. So I wasn't focused on the welding. They're alright, but they're not. They don't have that lovely round edge that I want, or beveled face even. So I'm sort of pulling the weld down, but not putting too much heat into the sidewall to deform it. So just checking now that this bar is running parallel to the one that's welded, which it is. Keeping the gas on it, keep the weld clean. So this bar, just checking it now too. Does it look straight? Looks a wee bit wonky. I'll just measure it. Got some inches, imperial, so millimeter. 10, 9.57. You can see that, you see? 10 there, 10.2. So I can do something about that because it's just the mesh. So it looks alright for the so I'm just going to weld it. It can be tapped if need be in the future. I'm just going to fix this mask because it's interfering with my hair. This is the one I was at, isn't it? Does that one look okay? They could be tapped, as I say, but it's better to get them right now. The grinders are no good. They're alright, you know. If I weld to the right hand side of the bar, the bar will tend to go this way, but that's in theory, but I don't know if it will work because I'm sort of welding the face. So I've done from here now, right to this point. Looks okay. Or is it? It's where the finger pulled that over. Okay, so now this welded. Making sure again that this bar's tight to the sidewall, it's not. So just a wee bit of pressure. That's enough. I should probably point out here, I actually think it looks neater at the side, at the bottom side of the garage, because of how the bars are lining up to the middle of this gap, rather than the bars lining up. I can't turn the garage now because there's an offset on them. They'll look alright when I'm sanded and polished. Well, when I say sanded, I'll not be sanding the side at all. I'll only be sanding the other side where the bars are lined up in places. And maybe check this span to see if it's parallel. It's alright, it's close to the bar running this way because it's got support. I'm just going to move this over again. Just put a wee bit of pressure in that last one welded because there was a wee gap. Not now. It's closed. So from here to here's done. Oh, my finger. So I want to keep the block back a bit because we don't want it, it's going to be polished anyway, but less marks on the steel. So the gum on this would interfere with the weld once you hit it. I'm just going to looks good there. Okay. So I'm making 2 guards for a compressor. Do get a look at my channel, you'll see those guards on there. This is actually part 18 live stream. So there's a lot of work on them. There's one sitting in the background there that's nearly welded. So there's a tandem compressor, and the guards I'm making are on a stainless steel 304 grade. Just moving this here out of the road. So this is nice and straight because it was done in the jig, but also it was clamped when it was being tacked with pieces of aluminium. Okay, so I'll bring this into view. So from this point forward now, we haven't got the support. So see that support that's running this way? We haven't got the support no more at this point because of this complex, this unique shape, like a guitar. So all these bars from this point forward have no support, and this is where I have to put more attention into the bars because they're longer. And when I polished this mesh into this bright mirror finish, I sort of moved the bars out of position, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to run my eye down them, and because this is the outside of the guards, I want these to be right. And I can use the burner, as I say, but the mesh is not exactly the same in places. So 9.8, 9.72 there, 9.78, 9.71. Oh, I reset her. She's not that bad right enough. 9.6, so you do get places that's 9.82. It's not bad actually. So if I start and work my way down to this point now. So this long bar here, I'm going to take this clamp off it. The tin foil is there to keep me from burning the jig and tarnishing the stainless. It's high quality, it's very thick tin foil. It's actually doubled up twice, so it's quite thick. So this bar now, see the way it wiggles. I need to be sure that it's the same out here. So it's saying 9.2. 9.5 here. Sometimes it's just better to use your eye here. Nine 9.42 here on this side, 9.3. See what I mean? It actually looks better when the but I'm going to take my time here because I don't want to wreck this. I don't want to make a mess. They can be tapped at the end, but not very much. And they can only be tapped in the jig. 8.62 here. And that one's alright, I'll just weld it. Making sure it's tight to the sidewall, which it's not. This is the problem now. Things can go wrong. I'll measure it again. See, I pulled that over the burners. Says 9.7. .65, take a chance. Why did I do the lower side so quick? That's what I'd like to know. I don't know. I just rattled through the other side. That looks okay. Do you know something? The other ones look okay too, so I'm just going to weld it. You can be too fussy. But I am far too fussy. Just go over the sharp edge that was left when the sidewall was welded to the front face in the jig. I need to make sure it doesn't rise. I don't think it will rise because it's welded at both sides. Well, this one it has the supports welded. I'll just tack it. So I just removed the sharp edge and the end of the bar. So the closer we get to these, as these get smaller, the easier it will get. .60 and 9.4 there. 9.47. 8.63. You're not really going to see 0.1 of a mil, but I can't see it, like, but it's okay now. Pushing down on the wee bar with my middle finger. So this one now needs to go this way. That bar actually needs to be tapped towards me. So you're better to do that now in the heat's on. This last one, I forget what one it was now. This one here. Just a gentle wee tap, it'll move over a wee bit as it did. Too much. Easier work now, the heat's on it. So that one's alright to be pushed out of it. Oh, another mess of on. There we go. So I'm going to do the rest of them in May. Pushing down with my index finger. And my middle finger. My left hand. Just sort of hovering the gas over the weld. Okay, everyone, just stop the other camera there. It looks like a guitar. How does it not make sense? A guitar? It's not a guitar, no. Definitely not a guitar. There's no sound of it. We all in holes. Right, I'll keep it in. So this one here's got a sharp edge at the end of the bar. I don't want the sharp edge because when I go to sand the guard, I don't want to be interfering with the edges, the nice neat edges that I have left on the sidewall. It's gone now, so it's alright. So where these two bars now, it's sort of lining up with the bars that's running vertical. I need to join them directly to those rather than the bar that's running horizontal. Because obviously I can't get out the horizontal bar, so I have to just go for these ones. Not going to that. Not going to be that. There's a bird in the shoe next. Get out! Oh no. Oh no. There's a bird in the shade. I don't know how to get it out. Where is it? Up there. Right, I need to get someone to get it out because it's going to annoy me. Obviously I'm not going to hurt it. I'm going to get a bit of contact here. They scared out just. If it'll work, but I don't think it will work. Come on, it'll end up pooping on top of me. Come on, the door's down there, look. Right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pause the live stream. Or stop the live stream. So everyone, I'll get the board out in a minute. I'll get it out in a minute. So that's it everyone. I just thought I would do an example here of welding the guards today. So this one here is completed. Well, nearly completed. This one, as you've seen, I just done the full side from this point to here. I don't have much left to do. But as I say, thank you for watching everyone, and do come again. Do subscribe if you haven't done already. There will be more interesting videos in the future. I'm just trying to get these guards finished and wrapped up once and for all. So thank you for watching everyone, and goodbye.